How's everybody doing? And thanks for tuning in to Wicked Warnings, your number one source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, mopeds, go-karts, and 2023 Rocky Ridge Dodge Ram 2500s with the big, bad, snorting Cummins in it and a nice factory lift with some 37-inch tires. What you're looking on the front of this truck, first and foremost, is a 20-inch Onyx 6 Baja Designs light bar. Now that's mounted with Baja brackets behind the front bumper. And as you can see when I shut it off, the mpower 4-inch amber whites set up in intercycle pattern with two of them on alternate color in an X pattern setup. Now I did use one of our in-house brackets for that mpower, and I just turned it sideways. I'll put some more detail on that on the end of the video, but that top light is mounted with a VHB. The bottom light is a single hole drill right above the tow hook. Working our way around the side of the vehicle, you might be enjoying that 8-piece rock light kit. Just very simple, 2 rock lights in each wheel well to light up and showcase the suspension on this truck. Here's another shot of those rock lights. If you squat a little bit, you might be able to catch the rock light in your field of vision, but bear in mind, this is a very tall truck. I'm 6'1", and the mirrors are about even with my head. Alrighty, working our way around the back of the car. What we've got in the bumper there is Baja Designs S2 Pro Flood Flush Mount. Now that I've killed those, camera adjusted a little bit, you can see the mpower 4 to complement and match up with the mpower 4 we did in the front. Put one under each side of the lower tailgate there, single hole drill, VHB mount. Very bright, very durable, very good light. You could also use a variety of lights in that same location, but since we used mpower 4 in the front of the truck, I just wanted to keep it the same, use mpower 4 in the back of the truck. I'll also notice one little side effect with the auto flasher on that cargo. It does not flash the keyhole on the tailgate handle the way that the Fords do. So take note, if you're going to use the auto flasher module for the Dodge cargo light, you can see it only flashes the cargo light. That is all. Now, I don't normally shoot videos in the dark, but I wanted to highlight those rock lights and give you the best field of vision and the best show of the display. But right now we got the lights back on so you can see everything. I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off on the truck and give you some still shots around the mounting of things just so you can see what we did. Here you can see that flush cut Baja S2 Pro with a flood lens in white. And we flush cut that into the bumper, customer request. We also painted all the edges of the bumper and the holes for the bolts that mount that, as well as the hole for the light above it. After we drilled all those holes, we painted all the edges inside outside with about 3 or 4 layers of paint to try to prevent the rust and keep the rusting down. So make sure you do that if you're going to cut holes in a painted bumper. Try to paint up the edges really nice at least a few times before you mount the light. The other thing we did while the truck was here was this power retracts cover. Really cool, works off of a remote control. You can open and close the cover. You can turn on or off the bed light, whatever you like. You don't necessarily have to have the light on if you're opening and closing it, which is a nice feature if you want to be a little bit covert. And if you like a solid, heavy-duty roll-up cover, this one's probably for you. One thing worth mentioning is those roll-up covers do take a few weeks to break in. The seals need to kind of wear in, so it'll be a little slower, a little lethargic when it's brand new, just until it gets loosened up. Don't forget your bulletproof drop hitch for your nice lifted truck as well. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on the rock lights. This trucks all have plastic fender liners. Attach them anywhere convenient. I try to keep them a little bit forward towards the wheel edge, the edge molding here, so you don't see them inadvertently, but rock lights are very easy to put in. Not a lot to talk about there. Now this spot right here, this spot everybody wants to mount a light into. So we went ahead and worked on this mpower 4. If I get behind it, you might be able to kind of see that it is a Lin 6 bracket, actually sideways in there, and it is VHB mounted. So I trimmed the edges just a little bit, but the Lin 6 bracket works very well for the mpower. And there was already a factory hole right here in the corner. I just simply enlarged it a little to allow the wire to come straight over and pass through here. It ends up right underneath the hood. We test the tape wrap the wire. You don't see any of it. It looks beautiful. As you can see as we pan out, how nicely that looks, complementing the lower light, which we mounted right above the fog, or right above the tow hook, I'm sorry. If you prefer, you could mount a light here in the fog bezel. I like it here in the tow hook. I don't think it's going to be damaged at all, and makes a nice X pattern on the front of the truck there. You can also get a little better look at that Baja 20-inch Onyx 6 in the front bumper there. It is mounted behind the lens. No damage, no drill. Very cool light bar and extremely bright. We can order that light bar for you in amber if you'd like as well with a yellow lens, or you could also get a yellow cover for it. Either way, whatever you like. You can also get a clear cover if you'd like that too, just for a little extra impact protection. If you're really going to off-road your Dodge, maybe get the clear cover, and that way no matter what you end up smashing into, chances are you won't damage the light bar. Alrighty, talk just a little bit about wiring. Very simple. The mpowers in the front, we extended them all with 22.5 right over to the factory auxiliary switches. We extended all the rock lights with some 18.2 right over to the factory auxiliary switches. In the rear, we have a WAF kit for the cargo light. Comes with everything you need, and we just have two mpower lights underneath the tailgate, which we extend individually with 22.5, and at that point we can run an 18.5 forward from that joint of to two 22.5s. That way you can take advantage of the flood feature or the sync feature for the under tailgate mpowers if you desire. You don't need to use all those wiring. And the flush cut S2s in the rear bumper, very easy. We just simply ran a 14.2 from the auxiliary switch back and jumped from one flush cut S2 over to the other and powered them that way. So easy peasy on this build, all powered off factory auxiliary switches. We'll put all the notes and description and everything in there. If I missed anything, feel free to give me a holler. Oh, almost forgot, two Lin 6 brackets for the front with some 3M VHB tape and some primer promoter. That way we can mount those two upper lights for the mpowers. Feel free to pick apart the package if you don't want it all, no problem. You're not going to get the bed cover anyways because we're not shipping and selling those. However, if you brought your truck here, we'll be happy to get you one while you're here. So all the package details will be there for purchase. Like I say, add or subtract what you don't like. Leave a comment or send an email if you have any kind of questions at all. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to put a little bit more info for whatever I have kept during the process of the install at the end of the video here. And anything else, just get a hold of us. Thanks again for tuning in to Wicked Warnings, your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, unicycles, rocket ships, airships, hot air balloons, and 2023 Dodge Ram Rocky Ridge 2500 Snorton Cummins diesels like this with the 37-inch tires and all the good stuff that makes it so fun to drive. See you guys in the next video.